Marty's got it set up with a little red hexagon, and that's going to be us unless we decide to branch off.
Looking outside, there is absolute chaos. You have teleported into a city in a state of war. You see several more disorganized, pretty obviously the invaders of the city, making their way towards the tower from the south. Amongst them are a couple driders. One of them is crawling across the side of the building faces as the scores of troops are moving from underneath. Giant spider things are airships. They are floating above the city, and they are dropping troops and various other things down. And there are also troops firing spells and ballista and all kinds of other weapon platforms from the ships down onto the city as well. In front of the airships, there are 2 shadow dragons flying in the air that happen to have riders also on them. There's just chaos going about. You see lightning bolts flying off, bouncing off into the air. You hear explosions everywhere. And you appear, and you see like a couple phalanx of Illumian soldiers on either side preparing for this group moving up from the south towards your tower. They seem to be getting in position. You're in the center tower. Above you is a sky without stars, but it is black as night, though you can still see. A lot of the light here is things on you that would normally have color about them are highly muted. Things are in lots of shades of gray. Only the most vibrant of things really have noticeable color. Tao, you and Alfred immediately look to the sky, wondering what the hell happened to the defense grid that kept you guys safe from everything. And you can see the shimmering distortion slowly receding back and away from a hole where several wooden floating spider shapes hover in the sky. There are various troops of elite Illumian soldiers barking out orders to one another, stationed in the streets. Downstairs, a group of Illumians discussing amongst each other in Illumian and speaking kind of loudly, panicked, and slightly pissed.
Slightly?
Things are starting to get desperate.
I kind of leave the party and run immediately towards them. I mean, I have a duty.
You are on, like, let's say the 3rd floor of this place. You run all the way down to the bottom. There's no, like, 2nd floor. It's more like a lighthouse kind of a deal. Go all the way down to the bottom, and you can see General Shiokuru and several other Shadow Sentinels kind of over a table that has, like, had its stuff cleared off. It has some maps of things, has, like, visual lit images of, like, stuff moving across an obvious map of the city, and it looks like they're trying to plan and operate from this tower. Tao bolts down the stairs. Doesn't say a word.
Following.
Yep.
I don't know what's going on. Following.
Same.
Cheville, your cat doesn't fit down the stairs.
I didn't know he was still
I
with
don't-
us. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Have a way to do anything about that, but I'm still gonna follow and then hope he figures it out.
Okay.
'Cause I have no way to do anything about that.
That's fine. So downstairs, you hear, Tao, thank the gods. What a time for you to come back. We're evacuating the city. Sentinels are regrouping at the ziggurat. Did you intentionally bring these creatures back with you? Are they prisoners?
This is of less concern than is what is happening to our home. What is happening? I came to report back after my mission, and I come back to this? What did you let our city fall to?
Watch yourself. If anything, you would know more about this than any of us would.
I mean, I see vague shapes, but I know not the cause. I've been gone, far away from everything happening.
The fucking Drow are here. We let them in as friends, and they betrayed us. You and your father are the ones who were supposed to make sure everything was okay between us. What the hell happened? And now look at this mess.
I look vaguely I look extremely distraught. In my head, the entire Drow...
We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
We're regrouping at the ziggurat once we secure the artifacts and the remnants of the Sublime from the libraries.
Choice. All right, send me out. Let's do this fucking thing.
Points over to one of the directions on the map, and you see like a basically chess piece move its way across the board. Jokri and his team are attempting to fly underneath the island and get to the southern library from behind before the drowned Gith know that they're there. Heliov has sent word that they have the remnant and artifacts, but are locked down in the Eastern Library. That's bottom right. Koth, the scholar of the Northern Library, top right, is awaiting a Sentinel and their team to retrieve his. We were just discussing where we could pull from to have acceptable losses and still retrieve the remnant in the north. And you hear just like a massive explosion as something tears through a building across the street. Do you trust these strange people you came with?
Enough. Continue.
Take them with you to the Western Library. Get to the Northern Library as well. Gather all the remnants that you can and meet back at the ziggurat. We need to untether Alausha and make a stand here. Gives you the salute like, fucking leave.
Yep. You guys are either with me or you can stay here. I'm sorry, this isn't what I expected. Let's fucking go. Or, I mean, you know, hey, take your chances here cowering.
Sounds like people need defending. Let's go.
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry
Hey,
to put
quick
you on the
question.
spot. I'll pay you back in time.
Why did he suspect that we were prisoners of yours?
Let's talk about that later.
Yeah, on the go.
So each corner has a library. So you guys run out of the tower, heading towards this library.
Yep.
Is my cat still stuck in the tower?
He is
Do you want me to,
nervously pacing up there.
Can
You
you
can
cast
hear
fly on
Okay.
it?
hear his
That'd be
heavy
pretty cool.
footfalls.
I think that's still going to be like the same height that he can't jump safely. Wait, he could probably take what? You said 3 stories up, right?
Yeah.
I kind of wave him down, just like jump. You're a cat. I
No,
can fall
he's-
from like
He's
extra
in a
higher than that.
room, is the thing.
The door shield just kind of like makes a door on a wall, right? Is
The
that-
double door thing that you guys took?
Yeah, the door. I don't know. I called it door shield in my notes. I don't have anything past that.
No, it was a
I never
full.
got it.
It was a full-size double door.
Is that big
you
enough
cannot
for
carry
a large
that as a
creature?
shield.
Okay, well, never mind.
That takes
We
2
should
people
work
to
on that
carry.
though.
All right, I got nothing for you. Sorry.
I can paint a hole in the wall.
Yeah, if that works.
Okay, that's what I'm doing.
So you go back upstairs and start painting a hole in the wall.
Yep.
Right. It's gonna be really big.
Like, how wide is this panther?
How big is the creature?
You probably
Yeah.
need to make a 10 by 10 hole.
Wait,
That's
wait.
fine.
Alfred can do transmutation. He can just do the size change, the shrink animal enlarge
Reduce.
creature.
Okay.
Yeah, reduce reduce creature. Boom, 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 boom. All right, good.
You can make a normal sized. Or actually, it can fit
Smaller
down the
cat.
staircase now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he can disband it. It's like a couple minutes. So
Yeah.
Sweet.
Alright. You guys run out of the tower and you see basically the Library of Alexandria in front of you. You run up, you see a series of Illumian soldiers with one in the back looking really big. Looks a lot like Tau. Blacks, dark reds, has the red Sentinel sigils around his head. They see Tau among you, and they just kind of part and let you go into the building. You are met by the Shadow Sentinel. He brings you into the library. You're brought back up some grand stairs up to the 2nd floor, the archives. Within are organized relics, halls of damaged books, sections of broken architecture that are just kind of like presented museum style on pedestals. And there's just this grim, hollow energy about this whole place. Like 1,000 people have died around some of these like relics, and there's just a weird feeling about a lot of this place. We're then led to a vault that is already unlocked and opened. There, next to the vault, is a just classic monk-looking Illumian dude where he's got the like big baggy sleeves and both of his hands are in each of the other sleeves so you don't see him. Asks if you are the ones to take the Tesseract.
this is Marvel all of a sudden.
I know.
Hold on. Tesseract is a real
First
shape.
movie.
It's a real shape.
I know, but like we were sent here by the superiors to do our mission. So if that's what I'm here to collect, then that's what I've been sent to do.
He says all of this in Illumian. Yes, come on in. Inside, you see it's basically a vault. A lot of things have been emptied out already, and there are just like 4 main pedestals with how is this perfect light coming in from the ceiling to illuminate these things. These are obviously important. You see a strange whistle made of pale yellow and gray shell of some sort that gives off a very faint pinkish fog off of the shell. You see a patina silver amulet, an elegant silver chain, and a most incredible ruby in its center. And then you see a black tesseract with a reddish light emanating from within, and in front of it Displayed out are a set of 3 rings made of the same material the Tesseract is. The Tesseract looks like this.
Doesn't look ominous at all. This should be fine.
Yeah. Alright, take this with you. This Tesseract...
Rings as well?
Of course. It's the only way to enter the Tesseract. Very hesitantly handing you the Tesseract, like you go to grab it and then leave, and he like kind of holds onto it a little bit longer than you would expect. And just reminds you, this holds everything of ours. This is the last copy of everything of ours. And you know, since there are 4 libraries, each one has their own, so it's technically like a quarter of all of Illumian culture and history, but still a pretty big deal. Is there anything else you guys want to do in the library?
Is there anything? Does he need any more assistance around here, or should we be like moving these to somewhere? I'm still not super clear on the mission. It was kind of a retrieval thing, and now we're supposed to move them somewhere, or
Yeah,
Deliver it
there's
safely to something.
there's 4 total, and you're supposed to meet
Right.
in the Ziggurat, which is like the main
okay.
Capitol building. It's the stack of 4 things on the map towards the center.
Mhm.
It has 3 blue lines coming off of it.
well,
And we have to get the one in the top right now and then go there. Is that
Okay.
how I understood it?
And there's someone in the bottom right who said they were getting theirs and were headed up.
Alright.
Okay.
So,
Let's
okay,
go to the
quick thing. I might have
exterior.
a way to solve this. Because I can polymorph, and I'm pretty sure I can polymorph into a pixie who has invisibility. So I
Okay.
think I can just, like, deliver whatever we need wherever it needs to go, and then just, like, meet you safely.
Is a pixie strong enough to...
Invisible.
Like,
so it
carry
doesn't have
these
to worry
things?
about things.
Yeah,
Like
how
but with
big is
everything
it?
flying around right now, there are shadow dragons and
Yeah.
other terrible things flying around, and yeah, I'm not sure.
All
I
it
can't
takes is
trust
some
to
bad
give.
luck.
Yeah, I can't give my stuff to you.
Okay.
And yeah, so
So
we
it's
gotta
gonna be
get to the next place, and
Well,
Yeah.
never mind then.
If we encounter a roadblock, that is a great backup plan.
yeah,
That is a
the,
great... It just
to
shouldn't
save all.
necessarily be our first step.
Alright.
We say as we start running to the north.
I'm not. Yeah,
Alright, you guys run out of the library. As you leave the library, you walk out of the doorway, pause for a moment just to see the calamity of things going on again. You notice that one of the airships gets hit with a comet, summoned from above the Ziggurat, and thrown at the airship. The ship's side shatters, sending debris hurling over the city. The momentum of the impact of the comet, along with the direction the airship was already headed, sends the burning, falling ship towards the courtyard in front of the library that you are at.
Is it from what we can see of it, it's essentially it is solid material.
What do you mean?
Do we think it's being supported by like helium or like gas?
Definitely magic of some sort.
Okay. Okay. Well,
The
Okay.
sails, kind of made of its back legs, if you will, probably serve some purpose. But this is definitely magically aloft. Otherwise,
Alright.
it looks like a weird style of an otherwise normal frigate ship.
as we're starting to run, Tao, you know what kind of damage Drow like to deal? As in like energy type? I don't know if you specifically would know, but would Tao know?
hey, does town know? DM.
Yeah, they like to use poisons. They use shadow magic. They like to blind you or cast darkness that they can see through, but you can't. And they're really, really good at casting spells.
I mean, they are just essentially.
As you guys are
Alright.
talking, the ship is
Yep.
going to veer and crash into the tower that you guys were originally in, sending debris everywhere. The ship breaks apart, flames erupt from it, leveling the structure and sending a column of dust into the air. One of the shadow sentinels that was in one of those side towers of the structure crawls out, dragging behind him an obviously crippled leg. Another one that's tossed from the rooftop gets up, stumbles over to the rubble of the tower, clearly concussed, and begins desperately lifting and moving debris, calling out, "Chakru! Chakru!"
I urge everyone to keep moving. I look in disbelief and horror, and I push everyone to. We gotta finish the mission. This is above all of us, in my eyes.
I don't know what's
I
going
mean,
on.
Nick,
we
I wanna
can't sit
shoot
here and
Nick
waste a
airship.
half an hour in order to pick debris up off of a possibly dead person. I mean, if they save him, then we come back. But
I'm gonna just as we're continuing to run, I'm gonna stop by the guy and heal him. If it's like within the direction we're running.
The crippled guy or the concussed guy?
Whichever one seems more capable to continue. So probably the concussed guy, realistically.
Yeah, it's a little bit out of the way, but you can probably do it without deviation from the rest of the party.
19 hit points to him.
Cool, yeah, he picks up the pace and he thanks you and continues digging. Asks you to help him dig.
We have our own mission, I'm sorry.
As you guys begin running, looking out towards the airspace that the ship came from, the ship's crash site has seemed to attract one of the attention of the dragon riders. And a long, sleek, narrow shadow dragon breaks from the aerial formation of the other airships and begins to slink its way towards the ruined tower, slithering through the air as if it were water. All of the remaining soldiers within the tower have not crawled out. Shiakru suddenly appears on top of the ship and rubble, smoke pouring into his rematerializing body as he sternly faces down the dragon as it approaches. Tao, you and your company must go. Begins floating up, and as he floats up, 8 images of himself split off and float up with him.
Let's go.
That was our mission, so...
Alright, you guys start moving
Let's
down. You see another small battalion holding up an alleyway going forth. You guys keep moving down. You come up to this giant monastery temple kind of a thing that just has like several domes, towers that are topped with domes. Kind of like the Hagia Sophia, but more bubbly. Keep heading down, keep heading over. You come up to kind of an aqueduct. You hear the screeching of the dragon off in the distance behind you. You hear eruptions of sounds and explosions. You come up to a small bridge that crosses this aqueduct. There's a large stone garden up on the north corner of it, and it crosses over to another district of the city. Around the corner once more, and you come to another courtyard of a library. Identical tower in the center of the courtyard that you came in on the last time. Pretty stalwart formations of Illumians on the outside. Some seem to be on the inside. A couple of them are probably Shadow Sentinels as well.
I approach and present myself and say we're here to meet whoever the commanding officer is and receive.
That would be Shiakru. He's the general. You're pretty high up.
Right, I know, but I mean, I don't know this physically.
Right.
So, so we're gonna go talk to him, and we are going to find out where he needs us to go from here and what the mission is. You know, after collecting this.
Shiakru is the one who's fighting a dragon right now.
At the other tower, right?
He's the guy on top of
He told us to go into this library and get something from here and then
right.
bring it.
Okay, well then,
so we should probably just go
whoever
straight
is
there.
in charge in this little point, we need to go to the library. I guess we'll just proceed to the library and go there.
Similar formation, one Shadow Sentinel inside of concentric circles. Go inside. Within this library is another Tesseract, another set of 3 rings, and 2 other artifacts. The Horn of Galautru and the Tears of Surinik. These are legendary items of the Illumian gods. One of each god.
Do you know what they do?
They come from a god. Do they need us to collect the items as well and proceed with them, or are they waiting for the other party to reach from the, from my position south?
No, they've been waiting for whoever was supposed to be sent to grab these things so that they can, finalize the evacuation process. You hear more explosions nearby.
Alright, yeah, no, I mean, we collect up all the stuff and we gotta proceed out. I don't really know what to do, so.
Sorry, my map is lagging really hard. Yep, you guys come out of the library. Give me a spot if you want to look around for anything, or you can just head on out towards the ziggurat to the south of you.
Hell yeah, let's survey the situation. 22.
10.
17.
No airship hurtling towards this tower. Who rolled the 22? Alright,
Photonus.
you see the top of the head and the wings occasionally come up across the rooftops of the dragon that was being fought. It does not seem to be fighting anymore.
Oh. Foreboding.
You also see a second dragon kind of make loops around that monastery you ran past and is just unleashing its breath weapon into the structure.
What type of weapon is the breath weapon? If I can tell.
Purple black crackling energy.
Oh,
Would a nature check help with something like that to figure it out, or no?
No. If you have knowledge of the planes, you can try.
I do actually. 16.
Probably has something's like some kind of shadow energy similar to the shadow plane that you guys are in.
Basically, yes, that thing flies.
That's not fire. That's not electricity.
25.
It is a crackling force of energy that drains the energy from things it hits.
Okay, so let's not get hit by that.
In mechanical terms,
Interesting.
it gives you negative levels.
Tau, the dragons seem to be away from your ziggurat. Let's get going immediately, while we still have a chance of making it there.
Yep.
You guys start booking it down south, and you come to the ziggurat. Spells that are being fired at the one dragon that is tearing apart the monastery, not the one that came towards you, but the other one. Spells fired at it seem to completely fizzle as they are close to hitting the dragon. Nothing is getting through, and it is strafing over and over Illumian formations below. Inside the ziggurat has dozens and dozens of wounded being treated, deceased being organized and put away from the action, shadow sentinels designing new plans of counterattacks, keeping track of where evacuations are going, and some seem to be sending communications throughout the battlefield.
I'm assuming I know where to proceed from here, or I can communicate to whoever knows where I need to go with these items.
Yeah, do you approach one of the shadow sentinels in the building?
Yes.
This is Shadow Sentinel Abbott. You guys were in training together when you guys first got started. He kind of ropes you in and points to the map they have in front of them and just kind of points out key things. Tells you that we are losing this battle quickly. We need to hail Alausha to join us. Bring the Tesseracts with you. All the way in the back of the ziggurat, transitions to a large barracks and military-focused rooms, and on the far end of a wide hallway lies a golden framed door covered in pages of writing.
Okay. Well, we will take these Tesseracts down the hall.
Alright, you guys run down. You hear a couple crunches. The whole building shakes a little bit. Dust falls from the ceiling. You make your way to the doorways. It's covered in pages of writing, right? The topmost pages occasionally fade away into the air, cease existing, and they are replaced by several others underneath them. So it's just this like constantly filling doorway of pages. There are statues on either side of the doorway. Each one has one hand placed out.
Do I know what to do with the Tesseracts?
What do you think?
Holes.
What do you think you would do with a Tesseract?
I mean, I've never been. I mean, fuck, dude. Do I put it in the hand? Do I, like, does that seem like the obvious thing to do? I've only got 2 of them, and if there's 4 of them, I've only got half the puzzle anyway. So, is there anyone around that has delivered other Tesseracts yet?
No, you're the only ones.
Are there any?
Sorry if
thoughts
you said
around?
this before, but is there anything that indicates, like, where these Tesseracts are supposed to be placed or anything?
There are no instructions with arrows.
Alright,
there
I put one in the
slots
hand.
or anything?
Guys,
Like,
shitty plot from IKEA.
What'd you ask?
are there slots or anything?
Slots in what?
I don't know. The floor,
In the
hand.
the wall.
Give me-
Does it look
give me-
like the hand?
Give me a search check.
Yeah,
Okay.
can we all investigate and figure out where to put these?
Nat 20, my
there
guy.
we go.
Excellent.
Yeah, you
Not
probably
only
just
that,
you probably just put it
22.
in the hand.
Hell yeah. Alright, well then
Such
I
a
have,
wise engineering mind.
I have half the puzzle, so we are going to put half the puzzle in the hand.
Placing the Tesseract on one of the seated statues on either side of the doorway. Within your own thoughts, Tau, you hear Abbott's voice recite a sonnet that you recognize as one of the forbidden psalms. Abbott calls out, asks Tau to say the psalm with him. As you both stand there, he kind of walks up to you to stand in a line with you in front of this doorway. You guys say the ancient words, and the words manifest as visible characters as they float out of your mouth through the air to the door, phasing into the door. After a few moments, the door opens slowly, revealing a long open sky, the far horizon of a cloudscape. There behind the doors stand a long, elegant Illumian woman with the widest, largest wreath of sigils floating above her head, holding a simple-looking, cool gray staff similar to an elongated tuning fork. She steps out of the doorway, her form stretches, her robes shift colors and form, her sigils turn upright and combine into a series of geometric forms, and her humanoid form shifts into something otherworldly. Yet still vaguely human-like, she steps from the doorway into the planar space of the city and begins to levitate just slightly, as if walking was beneath her. As she moves from the door, the pages from the doors tear off and begin to form an orbital ring around her, not being replaced anymore. She drifts to Tau, in between Tau and Abbott, placing a hand gently on their shoulder as she passes, and moves her way towards the front line, floating up over the corner of the ziggurat. The door remains open to the demiplane. For visual reference, that is what she looks like walking out, or in a shifted form. She looked like a completely average Illumian person, just with like an insane amount of sigils around her head. Like, she knows what's up. She knows why she's being summoned, the only reason why she would be summoned, and walks out looking like this. And you like watched as like the transformation started happening as she like made her way out. If any of you want to give me a sense motive, you can.
Yes.
I am good at this, I think. Hold on, I have trait.
Not.
I'm not.
I do.
I am good, but not that good.
I am not sensing. Even though she touched me
14.
on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Nat 20. Nat 20.
There we go.
Upon
That's the
being touched on the
advantage,
shoulder, Hao just gets overly excited about like just the seeing this person. Just
I mean,
like,
he
I
was.
mean, it's
oh,
the
shoot.
one god that he partially believes in, so yeah.
Yeah.
Now
David
he
just got
believes.
touched by a god.
you're not really gonna question the god the second you see them for the first time.
Brock, this Illumian seems ashamed, like sad and ashamed.
Lying naked on the floor.
And that is the
okay.
weird vibe you're picking up on.
I'm gonna murmur. I'm gonna whisper that to Tao. Just be like, hey, something seems a little off about your dude here. Why would this person be kind of ashamed? Squawk.
I turn, and unbeknownst to me, I'm just kind of like tears coming down from my face, and I just tell them who she is, and I look them dead in the eye, and like, this is one of our gods, and I have nothing else to say past that right now. I'm kind of in disbelief. Like I knew the
How do you
I knew the god for real.
How do you describe who she is? If you
This is the keeper of all knowledge. This is the bringer of the secrets from the planes that we have not even thought to venture to. This is the creation that was brought together from the God who created the Illumians. This is the right hand of God himself to us. This is why the Illumians gather knowledge. This is why we are who we are. And I just point to her as she kind of just like fades away into the distance, pages flowing around her. And
yeah, she's making like somatic components to some kind of spell, but she's making a lot of them quickly and over like a minute.
I'll describe to you guys a better description later. Like, I know who this god is, but right now in this situation, I'm kind of in disbelief. So here's the biblical explanation for what you're seeing.
It's a great
Are they
description.
here to fight the spider ships?
What'd you say?
Are they here to fight the spider ships, I ask?
I can know no reason why they have been summoned other than to do just that.
Perfect.
It is their redemption. It is their salvation.
Is
And
there
that's
something
kind of
that we
my
can do to
guess.
help evacuate people then, if they're gonna take care of the rest of that?
I think we should sit back and wait to see what happens and act accordingly to that. But yeah, we should be ready for just that.
Abbott asks you if you have seen or heard from Heliov yet.
Was he the guy that we were supposed to meet?
Yes. He was supposed to grab the remnants from the bottom right.
Oh, okay. We have not heard from him yet. We have not seen him. We were instructed to meet him here. If he is not here yet, he must clearly be out there. I mean, if you haven't heard from him yet, we can head down that way.
Yes, you should reinforce him. And he walks over to the statue that has the one tesseract and lifts it off the hand.
Is there anything we should know before heading down there? Is there anything of importance that he was carrying?
No, he's just another Shadow Sentinel similar to you.
Yeah, we will meet up with him and go from there.
You guys walk through this like back part, and it's basically a barracks. Come out of the doorway of this structure, out into the open, and there is a spider ship right there. And it is laying down hell to several groups of Illumians that are trying to fire upon it. Those that can cast spells are casting spells. Others are trying to position ballista that are on the teleportation towers in the courtyards. You are right next to the, you see Alausha floating overhead, getting ready to cast something big. But you also see that there are 4 airships in the air, The main large one has floated closer to the center. There are 2 more shadow dragons flying in, and then the other 2 have basically leveled the monastery above that you ran past. To the east, there is a force wall being held up by a line of Illumians maintaining focus to hold this wall up that is holding back basically the other half of the Drow and Gith army.
I'm sorry, there's Gith here now? They're the ones on the spiders, is that what you're saying?
They seem to be mixed in.
Well, that's how the Drow got in then. If not because of my own fuck up. I don't know, we're just supposed to meet up with this guy, so we're just gonna look around for this guy. If there's nothing else that we can support with right now, then
Sure.
yeah, we're gonna...
Everyone roll me reflex saves.
23.
Is it fire?
It is not fire, it is electricity.
Thea has a 9.
Oh.
11.
I critically failed with a 6.
Oh no.
Attaboy.
14.
16 and under, you take 29 points of damage. 17 and above, you take half of that. You're running to the library. Lightning bolts are being hurled out. You can tell that there are probably like 4 people posted up on special stations of this spider thing, and they're just taking shots at anyone running around outside. They can't reach the people directly below the ship, which is where a lot of Illumians are kind of hanging out, probably trying to come up with some sort of plan to bring this thing down.
Thea does not like running around like a chicken. Thea would like to attack a ship so she doesn't have to keep being out in the open. I'm going to pose to the group if anyone wants to go with me to help the Illumians, because this whole running around thing isn't working for me.
It seems like they got a god dealing with that now.
But we're still getting hit.
I mean, you guys can go support if you want to, but hey, you know.
I mean,
so,
you're gonna have to come back towards.
So from you
How
guys,
high up are the ships?
100 feet, 80
Okay.
feet. They're not super high up.
Okay.
Fireball has like what, a 600-foot range or some bullshit like that.
Yeah,
so you can
something
just
like that.
start lobbing fireballs as we continue moving to safety.
720.
I say as we keep running.
So you guys are leaving Fia behind?
I'm
I'll
persuading
cover Fia.
to continue coming with us, but also fireball.
Yeah, I
He
can't.
wants to.
I got a mission from
You'll-
God.
We'll be here. You guys have to come back past us once you get the thing you're looking for. Should be fine.
Thea is hurling a fireball at this thing.
Alright, so taking cover
For
behind the tower.
Yes.
the moment, I'm gonna stay with Fia, and the others are gonna run on.
You guys get to the library. It seems broken into. There are little flames around the inside, like something had gone off. Rolling inside, it seems fairly clean for the most part, but also slightly pillaged.
And is there a tesseract or artifacts around?
You gotta run up to the second floor and then go towards where that vault was in the other 2. You can assume they're all structured in a similar fashion.
Tao, let's go.
That's what I do. Yep.
You get up there and you see several dead Illumian horse pushed up to the wall and then like slouched over, just pushed aside down this hallway to the vault door. And in the vault door you see a shadow sentinel looking down at one of the relics. Goes to grab it, holds it in his hand looking down at it.
You know
I
him?
yell out at him.
What do you
Who's
say?
there? What's going on? What are you doing there? What happened here?
He closes his hand around the relic. He turns towards you, and the look in his eyes does not feel good to you. You got a reaction? 3, 2.
I
Can I
swift
sit
fly
down,
at
Emma?
him and grab him and go, "What the fuck are you doing with that? Why are you here? And what is this?"
Alright,
Do his symbols look messed up or something like that? Is it like, is the weird magic fucking with him, like fucking with his symbols or something? Or
his symbols are a straight line all the way across with one vertical line in the middle.
yeah, that's super weird.
I don't know what that means. Yeah.
Tao might.
I know. It's super weird. Probably not normal. I hope. I try and take it away from him if I can.
Sure. Roll me a grapple. What are the rest of you up to as Tao takes flight and charges into this guy?
Wait, what do you need me to
charge
roll?
after him.
Support my boy.
grapple.
I'm gonna try to take some flanking movements and shoot the bow.
Alright, roll me an attack.
So for the
That was
record,
a
I'll-
27.
So is he grappled then?
You rolled a 29, so
God fucking.
I would like to attempt to grapple then.
Okay, you can dive in on the pile. Tao comes in and he like braces and catches Tao by like the collar and the like bottom of his, or like the top of his pants, and just like throws him over, throws Tao onto the ground behind him, and then like, you know, steps over him in a commanding position of their grapple. And now you can come in and try to do your thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna shift into large humanoid tiger. I believe hybrid form is the one that I'm going with this time.
Roll me a d8.
5.
Okay. You're going to go. You're going to go full animal.
Okay.
You have a strange lack of control and overshift. You've never felt anything like this before.
Am I still able to grapple him?
Yeah, go for it.
23.
23. Roll again. Damn.
Boy.
25.
26.
Oh.
Does my cat chase in also?
I don't think the cat's gonna fit inside the building where you guys are. The cat can fit in like the lobby area, but he can't run through the hallways in towards where the archives are. Does that make sense? I mean, he can run in, but he's gonna just start demolishing parts of the library as he makes his way through.
No, I thought this place would be more open than that for it being like a Library of Alexandria.
Most of it is, but you're going towards like the secret, like restricted section.
Gotcha.
What are the rest of you up to? Bia, can you roll me damage for your fireball? Photonos, think about what you're up to.
Damage was 31.
Okay. Rock?
17.
To hit?
Yes.
You do not hit.
I'm a failure. I was going to go
I'm gonna release the BMO and activate it,
Okay.
and that's my free action. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, you've gotten to the point where you just like one hand toss BMO and you like slap on the back, which like turns him on and like pushes him out in front of you.
Nice.
And like by the time he hits the ground, his legs have deployed and
Perfect. And then I'm also gonna bring out the vicious sword. And how far am I from him?
we could say like 20 feet.
Yeah, and I'm gonna run and swing at him. BMO first. Unfortunate. It's an 8.
It actually
Okay.
bounces off of his reflective armor.
My attack is 24.
You do hit. You see like a look of slight panic in this guy's eyes as he is starting to get swarmed.
Has he said anything? Is he responding to anything we're doing, or is he just like black-eyed, like
No,
weird?
he's making like grunts and groans and struggle sounds. Kind of did the like classic villain like as you like came charging towards him for the grapple. Then a puma came after him, and now a robot is swinging a giant sword into him, and he's just making like struggle sounds at this point and is like trying to not get cleaved.
It's a 22 damage.
All right. He is going to try to leave the grapple and begin casting a spell. You guys all get attacks of opportunity on him.
What is the roll for an attack of opportunity?
Normal attack.
Oh, okay.
Normal.
I rolled 28.
28 hits.
26 hit.
That definitely hits.
Oh, I'm good at hitting things. Pick things up and I put them down.
Damage. So that's going to be 15.
Yeah, I also
And
have 15.
since I hit him, I believe I get a improved grapple.
13 for me as far as damage goes.
Damage. Okay, yeah, you will mutilate this guy.
I had a 26 to grapple him too.
You are
Actually, it would have.
grapple. You have a full Nelson on a limp body at this point.
I'm in crazy mode, I guess, so it fits.
All right. His hand lets loose a wild-looking key. Very thin, elegant chain attached to it. Key is made of silver with minuscule black runes inlaid inside of the haft of the key.
I take the key and wrap it up.
The other relic in the room, also another relic of the god. It is the Book of the First, Tarmun's Process.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
You can also look at the pedestal that the key was on and read that it is Wathaku's key.
Okay. I'm in disbelief, but we have to keep these things like safe and sacred. I'm gonna wrap up the book as well. We've got the
Yeah.
2 relics and the tesseract in here.
There's a third tesseract still there.
I don't know what happened to the 4th, if there is a 4th.
Should be in this south
Yeah,
west.
it's in the 4th library.
So
Okay.
Alfred's carrying most of like the artifacts. I'm carrying the tesseracts right now. Alfred has the portable hole. He can kind of dip in and out. He can just like take these and disappear for a little bit if we need it.
Yeah,
You know,
cool.
so
Just thinking if we get cornered, something that someone can fall back to while we protect.
right. That's why I'm giving him these things. Like these seem pretty big. I'll protect like whatever summon the gods, but he can be in charge of these, and we'll keep all of that safe.
Botanos, we lost you for a second when I came around to you. What are you up to?
I'll be honest. I'm here,
Okay.
in the dark, trying to light candles.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Yeah, part 2, baby. We're having a
Hey.
great time. I
Bless
am
you.
completely lost and have no clue what's going on. So,
Marty.
They can
Go
catch you up. Yeah, what? What's up?
Oh no, nothing. I was just gonna fill Juggerson. That's all.
Okay.